Hi guys, it's Grace Biote from MSB after night 2 of Head Over Heels. Emily, you had a stunning performance as Philoclea. What was the hardest song to learn and sing, and how did you navigate that vocal preparation?
For me, I think probably my hardest song was definitely "Here You Are," which is at the end of Act Two, which is when this lovely man over here dies in my arms. So it's for me, it's a very emotional and like emotionally draining song, to perform. So it was kind of just like mentally preparing for it, really, and that's it. Yeah.
You did great. We loved it so much. Andrew, you blew us away as Musidorus. How did you memorize those complex monologues, and what kind of challenges were added in the scenes when your character was pretending to be someone else?
So, like, when I learn a monologue, I tend to just like split it up into separate parts and then memorize those. And then once I'm done, I like compile them all together into one big thing. And then when I'm playing Musidorus playing Cleophila, I think it's important to like make it seem like he's like he's unsure of like how to be like a girl and how to like pretend all that stuff. Yeah.
Love that. Love that. Cooper, you were amazing as Basilius tonight. In many ways, your character is ignorant and hard-headed, which certainly doesn't come natural to you. What do you like most about playing Basilius, and how did you prepare to play a character who is so different from your own personality?
Playing Basilius was really fun. It was my first time acting in a while, so I really just enjoyed the whole process of getting to be back on stage in front of an audience. I'd say that's probably my favorite part. And playing someone that's really different from myself, I find it easier because you can really separate the character when you're on stage and just have fun with it.
Love it. Awesome. Alyssa, your excellence as Ganesia made the crowd go wild. What was your process in preparing to play such a unique character with multiple layers?
This is definitely one of the characters that was one of the hardest for me to prepare. So I kind of used a three-step process. First, I looked through the script to see any characteristics, anything that people said about her, anything that she said about herself. And then next, I went to my castmates and I developed personal relationships with each of my fellow principals. And we figured out kind of like what our history was. And third, I made sure that I was always on huddle every night. I listened to the notes from our acting coach, Amy, and from Miss Scanlon. And I just tried to improve every time I did it.
That's awesome. I love the dedication. Bree, you absolutely killed it tonight as stage manager. What inspired you to take on this role, and what were some of the biggest challenges for the crew behind the scenes of the show?
My biggest inspiration for taking on this role was the fact that I had been a production assistant for last year's festival production, and that was just so much fun. I fell in love with like being behind the scenes, and so when Miss Scanlon offered me the position, I was so happy to take it on. And I'd say the biggest difficulties behind the scenes were the scene changes, going from the castle to the forest to the beach. It was just so difficult to get like all the trees in the right places and all the flats turned to like match what scene we were in. And yeah, I had a great crew backstage, so it became easier over time and they nailed it.
Oh, that's awesome. You guys did wonderful. Well, that's all for right now. Let's send it back to the desk.